Hello and welcome to week 2 assignment of PSY 7103 Research Methods. I'm Dr. Joel B. Goodin, and I'm just going to talk you through what is expected in this week's assignment. Your task this week is to prepare an annotated bibliography of resources in your area of study. Okay? The area of study can be the same as your week 1 assignment, and it can be, it doesn't have to be, and include the 2 papers you used for assignment 1 if you want, if they were workable, if they were useful. Or you can choose a completely new area or focus on a sub area within the same broad area. In other words, you have options. You could, instead of looking at intrinsic motivation and task interest, you could focus on self-esteem and task interest, or intrinsic motivation and task engagement. Those are just examples. All right. Locate 10 scholarly resources and prepare an annotated bibliography that includes the following. First, you're going to use an APA citation. I encourage you to look at, especially since it's open, use APA 7th edition. So here's an example of one. Achievement goals. So provide the citation so that we can always go back to it. You want to use a permalink from the library. That's what this is called, a permalink, so that you could get to it again easily. Explain what the study examined. So you want some wording around that. The study by Goodin explored how individuals who view this video increase scores on weekly assignments. I made that up, but that'd be a good one. Right, so that could be, you might elaborate as needed. Explain how the study was carried out. So I'm pointing out the methodology and the design. The quantitative quasi-experimental study surveyed students in the research methods course at the end of each video to gauge, spelled it wrong, gauge their perceptions of the video and its applicability. Then their scores on each assignment were correlated to their feedback to understand how their perceptions of the videos were related to the scores on the assignments. Right? Explain what the key findings of the study were. Well, who knows? But let's say that Goodin 2020 found that those who felt the videos were engaging, of high quality, relevant, and useful were more likely to have higher scores on weekly assignments. and then maybe an R value. Something like that. I'm making this up, so it's not real. But you could sort of share the overall findings. Reflect on the resource and suggest how you think this resource might be useful to you, the student. For example, you may find that the methods are particularly interesting or relevant, such as the research design, techniques used in interviewing, recruiting, use of standardized questionnaires, or it may be the study focuses on potential populations you might want to work with, or maybe the study highlights to you a line of research you hadn't thought about. So you might say something like, I believe, got some strange formatting going on. The Goodin study is interesting because I am in a course like that and am wondering whether to use the videos. They seem time intensive, but if they will help me improve my scores, that would be worth my time. It gives me some ideas for researching how video integration could improve my own presentations on YouTube and in class. For you, maybe you might say stuff like that. Please note the same rules for citation apply to other documents, such as proper paraphrasing and the use of quotation marks where necessary apply to annotated bibliographies as well. It is not acceptable to cut and paste from the abstract or the body of an article. Instead, you are expected to read the article completely and appropriately paraphrase the necessary material. In other words, show that you comprehend the material by putting it into your own words, even if those words aren't quite as fancy as the original author. For those few situations where paraphrasing is not acceptable, the material that has not been paraphrased must be placed in quotation marks. That's called a direct quote. Please refer to the North Central University Integrity Policy and tutorial for more information. So basically, paraphrase information and content from sources and then provide the citation. If it is a direct quote, the citation should include the page number from the source. Again, your goal is to show evidence of comprehension. So put the information into your own words. Even if they're not the fanciest words, at least you're showing me that you read it, you try to understand it as well as possible. And you never want to sort of try to pass something from the article, words from the article that you didn't understand, use them anyway. That shows me that you're just trying to sort of be a little bit sneaky, perhaps, and say you understand something that you truly don't. It's better just to say, I didn't understand what they meant about the corpus callosum being activated by ketamine withdrawal. or something like that. That maybe you just don't have the the requisite background to understand. That's okay. I'd rather you be honest, and I think other professors would as well. Rather you be honest than to sort of have a poor paraphrase, one that sort of makes you look like you don't understand the content, but you're trying to pretend that you do. Here, 10 different articles. Your assignment should demonstrate thoughtful consideration of the ideas and concepts presented in the course by providing new thoughts and insights. So, show depth of thought. Your response should reflect scholarly writing and current APA standards. This is something you're going to struggle with at first. Use the Academic Success Center coaching and resources to help you improve your scholarly voice and writing mechanics. So the issue here is, again, this course is not about grading your ability to write. However, if you are not able to communicate your thoughts clearly, then we will not know that you know the information. And so indirectly, we are grading your writing because your writing can get in the way of you communicating your understanding of the course. Be sure to adhere to the academic integrity policy. So paraphrase and cite all claims. If it is your opinion, make that obvious. Example: it seems that the corpus callosum could be worthy of future study with other illicit drugs. That's not a fact. You're saying it as a possibility. And there's other things you can say. So to use opinion, you know, words like that that are humble, and sort of show that you're not trying to state a fact. You're trying to say, well, the way I see it, it could be that this is happening. Upload your document and click submit. If you don't do that, I won't see it. 10 different articles here. It's good to have them pick interesting ones. Generally, overall, you're doing an annotated bibliography, so things I focus on are: what is the problem, purpose, methodology, and design. They may not have all this very clearly stated. Framework, findings, implications, future research. These are some of the basic things to sort of emphasize in your annotated bibliography. So these things might be helpful as well. I look forward to seeing what you do here. Remember to follow the instructions very clearly, as I've done. I just went through the instructions piece by piece. Make sure there's 10 of them. They should be about, I'll say this, should be about 1 page on average. Short ABs, annotated bibliographies, are a good sign short annotated bibliographies are a good sign that you may not have been comprehensive enough. Generally, a good annotated bibliography will be about 1 page long. So, in total, with title page and references, I'm not sure if you're required to include references. I didn't see anything about it. You're going to have them built into each annotated bibliography. So, 11 to 12 pages total if we include the title page. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon in assignment 3.